Hey, honey. Hey, it is your girl, Miss Leda, and welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another video, honey. I hope you guys are having a fantabulous day because you know your girl definitely is. So, let's get into what this video is going to be about today. All right, y'all. So today's video is going to be Miss Leda's reaction to Mr. Cryer's video from yesterday. Now I am going to give you guys my honest opinions and thoughts. Some of you may agree with me, some of you may not. You know, either way, I'm going to love and respect you regardless because we are all entitled to our opinions. So, first off, Mr. Cryer started off with an apology. Now, I will say this, and I've said it before. I commend him for standing up and saying when he's wrong, because a lot of us don't take responsibility for our actions, and we don't take time out to apologize when we done something wrong. However, I want everyone, including Mr. Cryer, to keep in mind that apologies lose their meaning when you continue to say the same thing and you don't make any changes. When your actions continue to be the same and you continue to act the same way, your apology starts to lose its meaning. So that's all I can say. I definitely commend you for apologizing. Some people don't know how to apologize. So kudos to you. But just remember, in order to do better, you got to make some changes. And you can't continue to apologize and not show change. That's just my opinion. Okay? Now, another thing that Mr. Cryer said, no one can help who they love. I definitely agree with that. You can't help who you love. You love who you love, and that's it. You also can't change who is your family. But at the same token, if you love a person, you don't uphold them when they wrong. You don't continue to put a cushion underneath their ass when they wrong. Sometimes you got to let them fall on their ass and stop making excuses for them and let them pick their own self back up again. I mean, I don't know what else to say in that regards. You definitely love who you love. And then I would definitely say this. Define the type of love that you have for that person. Because you can say you love a person and not be in love with a person. Make sure you make it clear your intentions when you say you love that person. Because just you simply saying that you love that person, it can be scrutinized to the point where they think that you are in love with them instead of that you love them. Make it clear. Set boundaries. Okay? Now, the next thing he said was that there's no perfect relationship. There is no perfect relationship, just like there's no perfect person. We all got flaws, baby. All of us, our shit stank. Okay? The realest song that I heard back in the days was Outkast. Lean a little bit closer, honey, because roses do smell like boo-hoo-hoo. Okay? I know you like to think your shit don't stink, but lean a little bit closer because roses really do smell like boo-hoo-hoo. So, what am I trying to say? When you love a person, you love flaws and all. You point out their flaws. You try to help them whenever they have flaws, and you continue on. Each time that you go through a trial and a tribulation in a relationship, it helps you to grow within that relationship because you're starting to learn each other. You're starting to learn each other's behavior. You're starting to learn what upsets them, what hurts them, when they lying, when they telling the truth, when they happy, when they sad, when they at their breaking point, and so on. Because you're learning their mannerisms. You're taking the time out to learn that person. Okay? So Again, there is no perfect relationship, just like there's no perfect person. But if you love someone, you take them flaws and all, and you try to get them the best help that you possibly can. So again, I say, in my own opinion, I just feel like sometimes Mr. Cryer puts a cushion underneath Erica's ass and he upholds her in her wrong. And you can't do that. If you love her enough to help her to get help. Love her enough to be able to go with her to counseling. Because looking at her on these YouTube streets, you can see the hurt and the anger and the anguish that she has. And until she lets it go, this is going to continue to be the behavior that she perpetuates on this internet. If you love her like you say you love her, take her to get help. Because she's crying out for help each and every time that she drops a video. Again, this is just my thoughts and my opinion. Some may agree, some may disagree. But I just feel like she's crying out for help. And if you look up the signs of a mental breakdown or someone who has some type of mental disorder or problem, she's crying out for help. So get her the help that she needs. Stop letting her fall and putting that cushion underneath her butt. Sometimes you got to hit the ground in order to learn your lesson and then start anew. I don't know what else I can say in that regards. Now, Mr. Cryer did go on to say that he didn't agree with what Toya said about, my child probably has more school clothes than your kids, da, da, da. In my opinion, as a mom, that's not something that I would have done. So do I think that Toya should have done that? No, I definitely don't. And me being a mom, baby, you can say whatever you want about me. Just like that song say, she's a hoe, she's a slut, she's a freak, got a different dude every day of the week. You can say whatever you want about me. But don't bring my kid into the mix of it. Because, baby, that's when you see a totally beast of the nature. Okay? If you want to see me get out of pocket and act the plum bucket fool, bring up my child. Disrespect my child. It's a wrap. Leda gonna be out the window. I have to go back and ask God for forgiveness later. But I'm coming for that jugular when it comes to my baby. I don't play about my baby. So, my thing about that is, yes, I didn't agree with it, Mr. Cryer. But this is my opinion. I understand that, you feel like Erica's kids are your kids. And so you felt like that was a shot at you. But each time that y'all get on to this social media platform and y'all clapping back at one another and y'all making these videos, I want y'all to think about how these children are feeling and being affected each and every time that y'all make videos, clapping back at one another and making statements, and then reevaluate what you said. I don't know. That's all I can say. Because these children have to go to school every single day. And they have to deal with people looking at YouTube and how you guys act. And so think about how these kids are being portrayed. Think about how these kids mimic y'all's behavior. So even though, it was a shot, it was some shade, she's not the only one that shades. She's not the only one that shades. Now, I'm happy that Cryer and Mr. Recan had a conversation. I hope they continue to try to have a conversation. And the reason being, our African American men are stereotyped. They are seen as bad men. They're seen as people who don't take care of their kids, people who, go to jail all the time. Make changes. Y'all have a big platform. Show up and show out for these people. Let them see that two grown men can right their wrong, that they can say that they were wrong, and that they can fix any situation that comes their way. Nothing's too big for God to resolve. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Now, in regards to Mr. Cryer telling Love by Erica that Toya has said the wedding was off. Let me say this. Now, again, this is just my opinion. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay? Mr. Cryer, I feel like the only reason why Toya told you that the wedding was off was because she felt like you have diarrhea of the mouth. And that even though you and Erica had words on the internet, she knew that at some point it would get back to Love by Erica. That's just how I feel about it. So, not everything can be taken seriously. Sometimes you got to sit back, wait, and give it a minute. Just like with you and Erica's relationship. 1 minute y'all cool. 1 minute y'all good. Then the next minute y'all at one another's throat. Y'all fussing, y'all fighting, y'all arguing. That may have been the case that day that she was feeling like, oh, I'm calling off the wedding. But until they move out of one another's home, and until neither one of them are wearing a ring, until those body tattoos are removed or covered up, look at what they presenting versus what she's saying. Because it can change at any moment. People are allowed to change their mind at any given point in time. But I definitely just feel like it was one of those things that Toya was trying to see if you were going to have diarrhea of the mouth and go back and tell Erica. And she would know because how Love by Erica would react. That's just my thought. Now, in regards to Mr. Cryer saying that Love by Erica definitely didn't start this, and that, that Toya has started it because she was texting Recon behind y'all's back. Let me say this. I don't care who shot the first shot. All of y'all wrong. All of y'all. Each and every one of y'all have taken time out to put a video out. So none of y'all have the right to call the kettle black, because every one of y'all have taken the time out to do a video or to say something. So it doesn't matter who started it. Just end it. End it. Show the people something different besides drama. We see drama every single day. We see it on TV and everywhere else. But again, y'all have children who are growing up and watching this. Now, I have heard people say over and over again, Mr. Cryer, you the oldest one out of them. You shouldn't be acting like that. Age does not necessarily mean that you have the maturity level that others think you should have. And no one can say when a person should be completely grown up and they shouldn't be acting like this. Because we all have learned different things from our parents, and we might not have learned the same things. It's just like labels on appliances. For example, the iron. The iron always says on there, it's not used for the hair. It's strictly for clothing and stuff like that. You would think you wouldn't have to have a label or understanding on something because its purpose and what it's supposed to be used for. However, you still have to put a label because people try to be inventive and think outside of the box and use things for other things. And sometimes it backfires. You can still be inventive. You can still be creative. But at the same point in time, know the consequences behind your actions. Same thing with the iron. If you go and you iron your hair, you can burn it. That's why they letting you know. The intended purposes for this iron is to iron your clothes, to get them smooth and wrinkle free. But now if you choose to not look at that warning label that it's for clothing, and you go and you put it on your hair and your hair get burnt, then you have to accept the consequences because it already came with the label. And although it may seem to be common sense to everyone else, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's common sense to that person. So stop saying, y'all, please stop saying, he's 50 something years old. He ought to be mature enough. We all grow up at different stages of life. Some of our maturity level comes in faster than others. We never stop learning. Ever. Do we ever stop learning? So that's all I can say in that regards. Okay. Now, someone asked me what was my opinion yesterday in regards to Miss Love by Erica. And well, basically they asked me what advice would I give her. I didn't really get to complete my thought, but let me go ahead and complete my thought today. So, Miss Love by Erica, I don't know you. I only know what I see on YouTube. And all I can say to you is, baby, until you let go of all the hurt and the pain that you have inside, you're not going to grow. You're not going to grow. I pray that God heals your heart and that he heals your hurt. I pray that you relinquish all the pain that you have inside and that you start to acknowledge your wrongdoings and try to right your wrong. Not everything is somebody else's fault. Sometimes we got to look in the mirror and take responsibility for our own actions. Because you have so much anger, I just feel like you simply run to the internet to look for someone to offer up acceptance and acknowledgement of your stance and the reason why you did things. But before you do that, you say you're a woman of God. Then you ought to know that God says vengeance is his. So stop trying to fix your own problems and let God handle it. When you continue to act out based on your hurt and your pain, you giving those people power over you. Because guess what? When they go to bed at nighttime, you the last person on their mind. While you sitting there plotting and thinking of what your next move is, they not worried about you. They moving onward and upward. Have a woman-to-woman conversation with Toya. A woman-to-woman conversation without exchange of words being negative words or name calling. Because neither one of y'all's mama gave birth to Woody the Woodpecker. Neither one of y'all's mama gave birth to a roach. Neither one of y'all's mama gave birth to a hoe. So stop calling one another those names. Again, people love for us as black people to get onto this internet and show our sheer ignorance. Show these people something better. Show these people something better. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Show these people something better. I really just, I don't know what else to say. But relinquish control. You say you are a woman of God, so relinquish control. Let God take care of the battles that you're going through. Because the more that we try to fix our own mess, the more we're going to make a bigger mess than what it already was. And I will say this, Love yourself first. Get to know you first. Get to know your worth first. Get the help that you need. I don't know who doesn't see that you're crying out for help. You may mention before that the women in your family have failed you. Your father passed when you was young. That statement alone, that the women in your family have failed you, that's a strong, strong statement. Only you know how they failed you, but it's something that you still are harboring onto, and it's still hurting you. Get help. Get help. Because right now, you're hurting yourself and you're hurting your kids because you're not the best Erica that you can be for your children. I know a number of people have came onto social media and said that they have genuinely tried to help you and that basically you shitted on them. So this is what I say to the people who have tried to help her. You have to realize that a person who has never been shown genuine love and concern, they don't know what that looks like. It's foreign to them. They think something is wrong when you are showing them genuine love and concern. And so, yes, they do shit on it sometimes because they don't know what that is. It's foreign. You got to be understanding. You got to be understanding that that person just doesn't know what that looks like. This is the first time that they seeing it. Show them something different. Just because they get on or they go to someone's platform and they ask them to act a fool or say something negative about you, we ain't always got to clap back. We don't always have to clap back. I say, I've said it over and over again. People can say whatever they want about me. Whatever. It doesn't bother me. Because they don't put food on my table. They don't pay my bills. They don't make money for me. They don't put a roof over my head. And they don't make me shit. So I'm not going to worry about that. But remember, the first impression that you make is always going to be a lasting impression. Just like when you go to a job interview. They tell you wear a black suit. Stand in the doorway for just a second so that way the people can see you and get who you are and what you look like. What you bring to this internet and to this platform is what people are seeing. And sometimes those first impressions is all that a person will ever see. They're not willing to see anything different because of what you showed them initially. We can change all we want. And people will never see the other side of that change because of what you initially showed them. So think about that. Think about, is this what I want people to perceive me as? Is this the type of person who I want people to think that I portray? I really don't have anything else that I can say other than Erica, everybody wants to be loved and are probably looking for love. But stop looking for it. Let love find you. Acknowledge your own feelings and your own thoughts. Seek God before you go to the platform or start acting out in anger. Think about your kids and what they have to see later on down the line. Think about how other people are going to approach them when they find out who their parents are. That's all I can say in that regards. Now, Gangsta has flipped the script and asked me, what advice would I offer to Miss Toya? Miss Toya, all I would say is, baby, sometimes you got to see and don't see. hear and don't hear. People will lie on you left and right, but you know the truth. You don't have to make an explanation for anything. You don't have to make an explanation for anything. You know the truth. You know the truth. So when you clap back, I don't feel like it was really necessary. I don't. And I'm going to say this, okay? You came back and you did a short, and baby, I thought that short was powerful because you showed you and Mucker on the beach happy and unbothered. Sometimes you don't have to say absolutely anything. Just drop a video. It speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. But I just feel like you allowed your hurt, your being tired and sick of everything that Miss Erica or Mr. Cry has done in the past to get to you. And when a person knows that they've gotten to you, baby, they're going to keep trying to get to them buttons and keep pressing them. Look at how Erica clapped back at you. And she made sure she let you know. You told me I shouldn't be looking up the sister. I'm with her. Look at how she was shopping with the mother-in-law. And you said she didn't have to talk to your mother-in-law. She let you know you don't run nothing. That she going to do whatever she want to do. Like I say, sometimes silence can be golden. Sometimes silence can be golden. All I ask from you guys is, from here on out, that you guys think about these children. And it doesn't matter who started what. End it. Come together and end it. Come together and end it. Show social media that African American people can actually right their wrongs, come together, and they don't have to be ignorant. Because y'all got innocent babies involved. Innocent babies. These kids didn't ask to be placed into this world. They didn't. And everybody needs to know that, again, it don't matter who started it. Everybody has something to do with it. Everybody played a role in it. Everybody put something out there. But all you can do is come back and right your wrong. So, I am your girl, Miss Leda, y'all. And that's my thoughts and my opinion on Mr. Cryer's video. And if you enjoyed my thoughts and my opinion, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. Either way, y'all know I'm going to appreciate you. I'm going to accept it. Now, if you get disrespectful, I will put you in your place. Okay? I'm going to do it respectfully. I'm still going to love on you. And we going to call it a day. Like I say, I respect everybody's opinion. You entitled to it. You are definitely entitled to it. We can agree to disagree. We don't have to agree on everything. And I'm going to respect you. But don't come over here disrespectful. Because I would never go to your platform disrespectful. Love you guys. Bye. So I like to leave quotes or to send quotes. And I just wanted to read to you guys a little something. And it says, "Dear self, I know you've been hurt. I know it's been a tough journey. And you feel as if nobody understands what you're going through. But you're not alone. You're not alone. Hang in there. In the meantime, don't run back to the old ways just because it feels comfortable. Stop chasing people that don't want to be caught. And let go of ideas that you must be the same person you were a year ago. Everything you're going through is preparing you for something better." That's my thought for the day. That's my quote. I hope you guys enjoyed. All right, guys, so that is the end of this video, and I just wanted to take time to say thank you for stopping by to visit your girl, Miss Leda. Until next time, peace.